Hello friends, and welcome back to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. So in today's plan with me, I'm going to be planning for the week of November 13th through the 19th. And the kit I'm using is my Universal kit, and the pattern is November 223. The main colors in this kit are forest green, gold, and this it's a brown, but it's like a cranberry brown. Very, very fall vibes, and I love it. I love the way it turns out. So stick around until the end so you can see how the whole spread turns out. But it was a really fun kit to use this week. Every sticker you see in today's video is available in my Etsy shop, Life in Envelopes. And you can save 15% on your order by using the discount code YouTube15. So I'm going to do something a little bit different today. In my plan with me's, I often like to share with you TV shows that I'm watching or books that I'm reading. And I'm going to be sharing actually 2 shows and 2 books today, so a lot more than I usually share. And the reason why is because I recently found myself engaging in some I don't know if you'd call it dangerous, I don't know, it was not maybe dangerous, but negative behavior. So I found myself watching way too much news and then getting really upset by what I was seeing. And then in addition to that, I was reading, I read a couple of horror books in the month of October, in celebration of October, Halloween, spooky vibes. I read a couple of horror books, and I discovered something about myself. I don't like horror books. I love thrillers. I love mysteries. I don't mind, I like murder mysteries, I like all that stuff, but the actual horror part of books where they get into descriptive, gross, horrible things, I don't like at all. Even though one of the books I gave it 5 stars because the reason why I gave it 5 stars is because it was really well written and I enjoyed the book, everything about the book except for the horror elements of the book. And that's my fault for reading a horror book. But that book was Holly by Stephen King, and I did give that one 5 stars. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you guys about. What I wanted to talk to you about was I found myself reading things that were upsetting me, watching things that were upsetting me, and I realized I just can't do that to myself. I can't feed myself negative energy like that. It really brings me down. So I have been intentionally looking for ways to feed myself positive energy. And I started with books. So the first book I read, and what I did is I did a Google search for feel-good books. I wanted to read a feel-good book. And this book came up. I've never heard anybody else talk about it on any BookTube videos that I've watched, but it's called Where the Forest Meets the Stars. And the author is Glendy Vanderra. So this book is about a graduate student who is doing some summer research at a farm that is owned by one of her professors. And while she's out on the farm doing this research on her own, this little girl shows up, and the little girl won't go home. She won't leave. And it gets to the point where she threatens to call the police if the girl doesn't go home. But through a series of events, the girl somehow sticks around. And the author explains it well, because I think the rest of us in the real world would be how could that possibly go on, that the girl would stay with her, because she stays with her for a period of a couple months. So, but this girl claims to be an alien, and she seems to she's a little girl, 8, 9 years old, but she seems to know way more about life than an 8 or 9-year-old should know about life, but still not everything. So as you're reading the book, you're is she an alien or is she a little girl? What's the story? But and there is some suspense and some action and some drama, and it's just a very interesting story, but overall, feel good, interesting story. It's a good book. So the next feel-good book that I read was called Her Perfect Hero by Emma Bennett. I would describe this book as a cozy romance. So, like a romance without any spice, just like really great energy, and it feels like a warm, gentle hug. Like there's not a whole lot of drama. It's pretty predictable. Like you see where the story is going right away, but it's still a fun read. So the story is the main character, her name is Bronte, by the way, which I thought was great. She is a romance writer, and she is looking for love in her own life, and she's hoping to meet like the perfect Prince Charming. And she lives in this little cottage in the English countryside, which was like divided into two houses. So it's like a duplex. So she lives in half of the duplex, and she's been alone in this duplex for quite a while. And all of a sudden, she now has a new neighbor on the other side. And it's this dentist from Ireland, and they become really good friends. But she's not interested in him because he doesn't like fit her mold of what a romantic hero like looks like, or like what he does for his job. He just doesn't fit the mold of the romantic hero in her eyes. So one day she gets injured, and she's like walking in the forest, and she gets injured, and this guy, this dashing gorgeous guy, comes along on a horse and finds her and saves her. And she finds out that he is an aristocrat, and his name is Sebastian, and he's just exactly what she's looking for. He's charming, he's handsome, he's just like a hero in one of her novels. But things don't quite go as planned in her. So once she enters this world with him, like they start dating, and she meets his parents, and she goes to his estate and all this. And when all this is happening, nothing is quite what she imagined it would be. And she finds herself thinking about her friend, her neighbor, who's just a friend. And it's just got a lot of like feel good vibes about it. Her little cozy cottage is just feels like, I feel like I could picture it perfectly in my mind. She has this little English garden in her, like at the front of her cottage, and it talks about their tea time and eating. I don't know, just everything just is so beautifully described. So in addition to reading these two cozy books, I wanted to watch something that was like cozy. So the first thing I started watching was one of my favorites. I've already seen this series many times, but I started rewatching Gilmore Girls, and I was loving it. It was so much fun. But then I discovered that this other show that I love had a new season out, and I don't even know when this season started, but this show is called Virgin River. And I think I started watching this, it was before COVID. The first season came out before COVID, because I was still teaching when I started watching this series. But it's about a doctor, and she's from the big city, and she ends up in this small town, like in the mountains, surrounded by forests. I believe they're in California, this small town in California. And I don't know if I said she's a doctor, but she's not a doctor, she's a nurse. And she ends up going to this town for work. And there's in season 1, there's like this whole mystery of why she would want to come to this small town. So the first season really is about that mystery and trying to figure out what happened, why she ended up here, why she wants to stay. But when she comes to this town, she just makes really good friends. She falls in love, and she just finds her happiness here, and she decides to make this her new home. And I think, so the current season I'm watching is season 5. I feel like the writers do a really good job of balancing engaging, interesting content with feel-good, comforting friendships and love and support. And small town energy where people are taking care of each other and people just want to be like good human beings and help other people out. And I feel like the author does a great job of balancing that, so keeping it fun and interesting and intriguing, but also making it feel good and safe and comfortable. So I'm really enjoying watching this series. So I would highly recommend, if you are ever feeling a bit of a slump, like you're not enjoying what you're reading, you're not enjoying what you're watching, to check out either one of the books that I've mentioned or one of the shows I've mentioned. I know for me personally, it really helps a lot when I'm down or feeling negative about the whole world. It really helps me to consume positive things. So that's something I've been working on. Okay, well, let's talk about my plans. So if you're new to my channel, the way I set up my planner, I use the Erin Condren 7x9 vertical planner, and this is the neutral layout, which means there's no color in the layout. And the way I set up my planner is I use the first row of each column. I use that for my most important to-do list of things that I want to accomplish for work each day. And then in the middle section, I put all of my family obligations and appointments for the family and personal appointments. I put all of that in the middle section. And then in the bottom section, I put my YouTube video schedule, or at least like what I would like for my YouTube video schedule to be. It doesn't always work out. For example, but you're currently watching the plan with me, and it's coming out on Wednesday, and I wanted it to come out on Tuesday, so things don't always go as planned. But then later this week, I'm planning on doing another budget check-in / savings video, so that will hopefully be coming out on Thursday, and then my weekly vlog on Sunday. So that's my plans for my videos this week. And then as far as the middle section goes, I have so much going on this week, you guys. We have so many appointments. So first of all, we're still doing homeschool Monday through Friday. But in addition to that, on Monday, we have Spanish. Well, first Logan has a doctor's appointment in the morning, and then we have Spanish in the afternoon. And then on Tuesday, which was today, I had a hair appointment this morning, and then Logan had his Zoom call in the afternoon, and plus we did homeschool. And then Wednesday, Logan has another doctor's appointment plus homeschool. And then Thursday, we're doing homeschool. He has a Zoom call, and then I'm going in for an oil change on Thursday night. I was really surprised when I went to make an appointment with the place I get my oil change. I do it through my dealership because I have a special deal with them. And the earliest they could fit me in was on Thursday at 7 p.m. And I made this appointment 2 weeks ago. It just seemed like a really odd time because they usually have me come in the morning. I didn't even know they were open that late at night. So yeah, so I'm going in at 7 p.m. on Thursday for that. And then Friday, Logan's having some friends over to the house. His friends, Owen and Eva, those are his friends from kindergarten. They first became friends in kindergarten. They are in 6th grade now, so they've been friends for many, many years. They don't live in the same town that we do, so we have to go pick them up and bring them to our town when they come hang out with us. But Logan's always so happy to see them. So that's what's happening on Friday. And then Saturday, I always go to get groceries. And I don't have anything major planned on Sundays, so I'm just putting a decorative box in that space. So sometimes I put decorative boxes along that bottom row where I have the YouTube videos. And I do that because it's just that big white open space. But sometimes I feel like it's just too much color down there, so I just leave the white space down there and I put the decorative boxes in other places, like I'm doing in the spread today. So next I'm going to set up the sidebar, and this week I'm using the sidebar to set up my AM and my PM routines. So earlier tonight, it's starting to get dark here in Iowa, where I live in Iowa, it gets dark at 5 p.m. now, which is just crazy because it feels like it's so late at night and it's not late at all. But so Logan and I went for a walk after 5, so it was like pitch black outside, and some of our neighbors have already started to put up their Christmas lights, and it was so fun to see, and it just got me like so excited about like getting out my Christmas stuff and decorating and getting ready for that. I was trying to hold off until after Thanksgiving to decorate for Christmas, but I don't think I can do it, you guys. I think, you know, if I can find the time, I probably will do it before then because I am excited to embrace the season. I was talking to a friend the other day. I can't remember which friend I was talking to, but I was telling them it's not that I like Christmas Day so much as it's Christmas as a whole season that I love. Like the actual Christmas Day isn't that exciting for me. You know, it was when I was a kid, but now as an adult, it's not that exciting. David and I didn't exchange gifts with each other for years, so I didn't really get gifts on Christmas. It was more about me giving gifts to my kids and, you know, like having a nice meal and hanging out with the family that day. But overall, the day of Christmas wasn't what was so special to me. What was special to me about Christmas is the cold weather, the snow, the Christmas music, the Christmas movies, the Christmas spirit, you know, like all of those feel-good things that I felt when I was a kid, like all of that coming back. I really feel nostalgic when I listen to Christmas music and I see Christmas lights on people's houses and I see the decorations in my own house. Like that's what I love about Christmas. I love the season of Christmas and not so much that one day of Christmas. Okay, now that I have the sidebar all set up there, I'm going to get my to-do list for the week set up. So for the sidebar for my AM routine, this week I want to focus on in the AM first doing yoga and then taking a shower and then doing my hair and makeup and then going for a walk. And then in the PM, for my PM routine, I want to go for another walk. I want to meditate and then I want to read. I'm trying to fit in 2 walks a day. I'm trying to get my 10,000 steps in. I'm still working on that. I would love to get 10,000 steps a day. That's like my big goal that I've had for a while. So as far as my to-do list this week goes, Monday my goal was to film, edit, and upload this YouTube video. I got it filmed, but I didn't have time to edit and upload it on Monday, which is why I'm doing that now on Tuesday evening. And then I wanted to print, cut, and fill orders, print stickers, cut stickers, and then fill orders. Tuesday, I was focused on printing, cutting, and filling orders. Jacob came in at 3 o'clock and helped me with some cutting. Then on Wednesday, tomorrow I need to print, cut, and fill orders. I want to film, edit, and upload my budget video. It's not coming out until Thursday, but I want to get it done the day before, so on Wednesday. And Jacob's also going to be helping me with with cutting stickers that day as well. Thursday and Friday, I'm just going to focus on printing, cutting, filling orders so I can stay ahead of orders. Saturday, I want to edit the vlog for the week, so that's going to be ready to go up on Sunday. And then if I have any extra time this weekend, I'm going to work on orders some more. So that's it. A lot of working on orders this week. That's just the season we're in right now. This is our busy season, so I'm spending most of my time in the office working on orders, printing stickers, cutting stickers, and all that. Thanks for watching, friends. I'll see you all again next time. Bye, everyone.